Hey, do you ever go out to start your tractor and it just doesn't start? It doesn't even click or anything? Well, today I'm going to show you some quick, simple, easy things to try to diagnose that and hopefully get you back up and going. Welcome back to KB's Rust Revival. My name's Kelton and I've been working on old farm equipment, tractors, trucks, you name it, ever since I can ever remember. Today I'm going to show you the top 3 reasons as to sometimes why your tractor won't start. And when the shop wants thousands of dollars to fix stuff, I just can't do it. I can't bring myself to spend that money unless I have no choice. So I've learned to fix things by myself and figure it out on my own. So stick around to the end because I'll share a simple hack that saved me hundreds. And if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We share real-world DIY repairs and tools every week. So one of the first things I always check is the battery. Depending on your make, model of tractor, there's a number of different places it could be located. One of the number one causes is your battery terminals being dirty. These look dirty because they have a battery terminal protector on them. It's kind of like a greasy coating so all the dirt sticks to them. But make sure they're not loose. You don't have the wires coming out of the terminals. These are still pretty tight. So normally I'll take a voltmeter. This is just a cheap one from Tractor Supply. It doesn't have to be nothing special. It'll get you pretty close. You don't usually want under 12 volts, so we've got 12.2 right now. So in theory that should start it. Every tractor's different depending on the size of the engine and if it has 2 batteries. If it has 2 batteries, you're going to want to unhook them from each other so you can actually measure the voltage on each battery, or because if you have one bad battery, it's going to read the same voltage as the good battery. So another thing is you can check your connections at the battery, also at your starter. So we have our negative here and our positive here. If you're doing this, make sure you unhook the battery before you take these off, especially your hot wire. I usually just take a wire brush and pull them off, brush them off, and get the corrosion off of them. You can use dielectric grease or battery terminal protector. Just make sure that they're somewhat clean to get that full connection for power to your starter. One last simple thing to check. I mean, I don't know if you can really check much on it. This particular tractor does not have a key switch. It does, but check your connections on the back of your switch. I know a lot of John Deere's had issues with their key switches, and I know our John Deere we had personally growing up did. Check your connections on the back, like I said, and just maybe try wiggling them around, and then you know if it's there or not. So, okay, so if your tractor cranks over but doesn't start, one of the first things I would personally check is to make sure you have fuel. If you do, and it's a diesel, I normally would start with my fuel filters. A lot of times I see a lot of tractors that have not had a fuel filter change in 1,000 hours sometimes. And it's really hard on your fuel system, your injector pump, everything, your injectors. You'll have a loss of power because your engine is starving for fuel. So if it's not your fuel filters, then you could have a clogged fuel line, clogged inlet off your tank. You could have something loose sucking air, making it not prime itself. There's just multiple things. When it comes to the worst things, probably is injectors and your injector pump. They're going to be your most expensive thing, fuel system wise. One last thing is, last resort, you can take a hammer and tap lightly. Don't tap on your solenoid of your starter, especially if it's plastic. I mean, if they're metal, a light tap while you're trying to turn it over. Other than that, you may have a bad starter, bad key switch, bad battery. Could be any of those, so you just have to go through the steps of diagnosing it. Okay, so those are just a couple of quick things to check if your tractor's not starting. That's what I would check. If your tractor's been sitting for months or over winter, sometimes your battery's gonna run down a little bit. So a lot of times putting a battery tender on them or pulling the battery cables off for the winter if you're not using it, that'll help save your battery. Just that one quick tip of if you're stuck somewhere out in the field or something and you can't get your tractor to start and there's no crank or anything, the first thing I would check is your battery terminal connectors. It's amazing how something that simple can cause you that much trouble. Just taking a wire brush or a battery terminal cleaner, pocket knife, file, just to get that little bit of connection it needs, that will save you a lot rather than having to call an equipment service to come out and do it. And like I said, that saved me more than once just doing those simple little things. So thanks for watching, and make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and we'll see you next time on KB's Rush Revival.